When she was sentenced to 3 years probation plus time served in county jail and 60 days community service with the California Department of Transportation. You know what that means, Dave? You're picking up trash on the side of the road. Tamayo, who was 21 at the time of sentencing, is now working on a career in nutrition in the fitness industry. And that Los Angeles Police Department detective who helped crack the Bling Ring case made headlines last year when it was revealed that he served as a consultant on Sofia Coppola's film. And actually, I do have the number he was paid, $12,500. He advised the filmmaker on the realities of arresting a suspect and, in a surprise turn, agreed to play himself in one turn, slapping the cuffs on Emma Watson's character. But Goodkin, like I said, he didn't get permission from the LAPD to work on the movie. He also didn't inform the district attorney's office about his role, which would be a potential conflict of interest, since at the time of production years ago, Ames, Tamayo, and Lopez went through their trials and their dispositions thereof. And as far as I know about Detective Goodkin, the guy who backroomed me there at the Hollywood precinct, he was probably disciplined, although I do know he was facing a possible termination. Anyway, when Johnny Dangerous came up on me on Hill Street, yes, I admit it, I ran like a little girl. You see, I talk tough, but I'm not a fighter. I use words, and I always had henchmen all my life, in grade school, in college, on the street. I always had guys that were bigger and badder asses than me to do my bidding if I was threatened. But I guess my luck almost ran out last week on Hill Street. And again, I swear to God, I will never do another accurate check-in on social media again. David, if I do it, shoot me down, man, if you happen to see that.
Well, I'll know where you are, so it'll be easier to shoot you down.
I mean, the thing is, here's this guy. I mean, who knows what kind of drugs he was on? Who knows if he had just gotten out of prison with a fresh grudge on my ass? Who knows? But he was coming at me. And, I'm the type that I don't live in fear. And I wasn't even that afraid right then. I just knew that I had to get the fuck away from this guy, because if I'm going to get killed, I'm going to watch him do it. No, that's not how I want to go. Double tap, back in the head. If I don't see the bullet coming, I'm fine. Poof, gone, ashes, dust, over, fini. End of my personal story, and I never saw it coming. But the one thing that does scare me is when I see it coming at me, and that's what happened last week. You see, people go to jail as a consequence of my investigations. Ask Will Wright, who was featured in 6 Degrees of Paris Hilton. Yeah, you can still snag that crime book off Amazon. I suggest you do so. Will Wright, as featured. It ended up, or it came to be, if you will, that he's now doing 13 years for drug trafficking in state prison in New York State. And if I live long enough to see him again on the outside, oh my God, it will be too soon. But that's another story for another day in the gray zone. So I'm going to cut this one short, but listen, I promise I'll be here next weekend serving you up more true crime stories next week, probably from a bunker in New Mexico. Christ. There are 2 things I care about in this world: my wife, my immediate family, and my work. Don't come up on me in downtown L.A. Yeah, I'm a pussy. And when I'm unarmed and confronted, I do run. Next time, I'm bringing backup. That's a promise, Johnny Dangerous. Meantime, I filed a restraining on you, Mr. Ajar, with the Los Angeles Police Department. Make a move, and you're going back to the home that suits you. Prison. Have a nice day. I got to run now. Meantime, PayPal is our friend, and I encourage you to break me off a piece of lettuce to help keep these crime stories coming. I'll see you on the other side.
One of these days, when you hear a voice say come,